Hello friends, this video on determinant part 13 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Before watching this video, please make sure that you have watched part 1 to part 12. Now let's understand the property 5. So it says that if some or all elements of a row or column of a determinant are expressed as sum of two or more terms, then determinant can be expressed as sum of two or more determinants. So let me tell you what it means. So if there is a determinant like this which is expressed as sum of two terms, if you see this guy and this guy, this is nothing but this determinant where you take first element of this and other elements plus second element of these alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3 and other elements. So that is if for a particular row, for example in this case for row 1 this was possible. So if for a particular row or particular column you can express as sum of two or more terms, then we can split the whole determinant as sum of two or more determinants. That is what the property says. So to prove this, what we can do is we can assume this is my LHS and this is my RHS. I can just find the value of LHS and RHS and try to say they are same. So let me find the value of LHS. This guy is nothing but I take this element first. I'm expanding using row 1. Along row 1 this becomes A1 plus alpha 1 into this guy B2C3 minus B3C2. B2C3 minus B3C2 minus, why minus? Because second element, so I plus j is odd. A2 plus alpha 2, I am taking this guy now into, since I took this guy I can't take this column, I can't take this row, so I'm left with B1 B3 C1 C3, so I'll have to multiply B1 with C3, B1 with C3 minus C1 with B3 plus I'll take this guy now A3 plus alpha 3 and I'll multiply this guy with, since I took this guy I can't take this first row and third column, I'll have these elements B1 C2 minus B2 C1, so it is B1 C2 minus B2 C1, correct? So I got these values now. That is my LHS. Let me find my RHS. First let me expand this guy. This we know how to expand, so let me expand using this row only. A1 into same thing B2 C3 minus C2 B3, B2 C3 minus B3 C2 minus, my minus because second element I plus A is odd here, minus A2 into, since I took A2 I can't take this column, second column and first row, so I'm left with B1 B3 and C1 C3, so B1 C3 into C1 B3, so that is B1 C3 minus C1 B3 plus third element A3, since I took A3 I can't take column 3 row 1, so I'm left with B1 B2 C1 C2, that is B1 C2 minus B2 C1, correct? So that is my first determinant. Let me now add second determinant plus second determinant, I'll take this one gamma 1 into B2 C3 minus C2 B3, B2 C3 minus B3 C2, again this will be minus because second element, so this guy is I plus j is odd, minus gamma 2 into, since I took this I can take this, I can take B1 C3 and C1 B3, so this is B1 C3 minus C1 B3 plus this third element is gamma 3, I took gamma 3 I can't take column 3 and row 1, left with B1 B2 C1 C2, so it is B1 C2 minus B2 C. So if you add these guys, actually this is nothing but, see this is common, actually this is common and this guy is also common, this is nothing but alpha A1 plus gamma 1 into this guy B2 C3 minus B3 C2 minus alpha 2 plus gamma 2 into P2 C3 minus C1. See why I am doing this, because I just want to prove both are same. So I am just rewriting this in this fashion, and that's what you see is same actually. Add these two, this becomes A3 plus gamma 3 into this numbers B1 C2 minus C. So if you compare this guy and this guy, both are same. Both are same. Compare this guy, both are same. Since both are same, I can say that LHS is equal to RHS. Both are same. Thus I can say my LHS is equal to RHS. I just used the crude way, expanded this and proved that my LHS is equal to RHS. Let me take my example using property 5 to prove that this is 0 without even expanding. So property 5 says that if a row or column is expressed as sum of two numbers, we can split the determinant. So if you see this whole column, column 3 is done as sum of numbers. So you can rewrite this determinant as x, y, z. This will be same. Second column will be also same. I'll write the first part here, x, y, z. The whole thing has to be added with, this will be x, y, z, a, b, c, and now I'll write the second part, a, b, c here. Correct? So what I've done, I split this guy into two determinant as per my property, because the property says if a column or a row can be written as sum of two numbers, so in that case we can split it. Now if you see, this guy is 0, why? Because this column and this column is identical. Since I have two identical column, my determinant value is 0. This guy also 0, why? Because this column 2 and column 3 is same. So this guy is also 0. So what I've done, if you see, without even expanding determinant, without even expanding it, I just found the value and the value is 0. So that is the power of the properties. If you know more properties, you can apply the properties, you can solve the determinant question very fast. You can also solve this question by actually expanding it, by writing expanding it, but that involves calculations. Sometimes for bigger number determinant, the calculation is very huge. To avoid calculation, use the property, you can solve it very fast. Let's take. Thank you. Visit examfear.com to watch free educational videos, try free online tests, get the best quality study materials, study from the best tutors and mentors, and much more. Thanks once again.